Okay, so this chapter of Fairy Tail was really interesting. Not the type of insanely good that we had last week as a whole, but still some parts in this week's issue were pretty dope. We of course see Zeref keep chanting on about wanting to reset the world, and well, he connects the time-lapse to that of the Fairy Tail Gate, which of course feels like it's some kind of symbolism, but I can't quite place that, other than he himself says of course the beginning and the end of the world kinda. Before I talk about Natsu, let's go to the Acnologia and Pegasus part about this chapter, because while I don't really like that point of view all that much, there were a few things that happened, such as Jalal attempting to save time by distracting Acnologia and Anna trying to open the time-lapse, which in the end it does open, but not by her hands. That was just Zeref's doing, as he of course linked the time-lapse with the Fairy Tail Gate. So Jalal and Acnologia is quite something, because we do see him dodge Acnologia's breath attack, which splits the sea in half. I mean, that's some Moses shit right there. But what I found very interesting is how much Jalal is willing to risk. I mean, he was getting really close to Acnologia. One swipe from his claws would have been a repeat of what Eileen did to Ursa way back when. After the time-lapse opens, Jalal of course takes a second leap of faith by attempting to get Acnologia to enter the time-lapse. And this seems to be building up to some kind of suspense. I reckon it's going to either be Jalal touching the time-lapse and dies, or most likely, which is that he survives but Acnologia doesn't give a crap, because we did see that Acnologia noticed the time-lapse. No doubt Acnologia will sense there's something off about it, so I don't think Acnologia will touch it. But I could be wrong. I mean, he might just even go straight through it and it will somehow land him in the guild hall because of the gate that's linked to it. Something that the readers won't expect, that would be one way to actually get Natsu, Zeref and Acnologia in one place. So I could probably see that happening now that I think about it. So let's go back to Natsu, because we actually saw him getting back up, although pretty fucking injured. So while Zeref talks about the gate of Fairy Tail, Natsu uses what little energy he has left to stand up and tells Zeref that Makarov told him that every time he leaves the gate he also has to return. And well, we of course see this badass look on Natsu as he says all of this. Now let's talk about the crazy part about this chapter though, that's going to have people's hearts beating like never before. Lucy Gray and Happy were definitely the highlight of this week's chapter, because there's now a good chance that my theory on Lucy rewriting E.N.D is actually true. After the words started getting crazy flying out of the book and all that, we see Lucy busting out a pen, ready to restore the missing letters in the book. But is that what I mean by this being the highlight? Of course not. Things just escalated from this point, and this is something I did not see coming. When Lucy is restoring the missing writing in the book of E.N.D, we see some kind of power latch onto her body, like veins almost. So she appears to be paralyzed from these unexpected turns of events. My guess is that what we're seeing here is the body link reacting to a new author of the book. It's very possible that Lucy is overriding Zeref's command of this book, unintentionally. I mean, it's still an event in progress, so we'll just have to wait until the next chapter to see what's actually going to happen. But it looks like, well, obviously her body and the book are linking. Much like Zeref is linked to the book of E.N.D, since he said that if he dies, Natsu dies as well. So what if after this process is finished, if Lucy dies, so does Natsu instead of Zeref? That'd be fucking insane. I love this part of this chapter because it's something I don't think anyone saw coming, at least not in this shape. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see just what the next chapter holds, and that chapter is actually called The Strongest. And why would we get another title like this? Well, I believe it's either referring to Acnologia, as I said he might get taken into the guild hall if he touches the time-lapse. Same for Jalal of course, so if that theory is right then Jalal wouldn't die, and that would be very Fairy Tail indeed. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and as always, if you did, please like this video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new to my channel. This has been your favorite host Perm, and I'll see you soon.